Hi there guys, and welcome to another Trainsim 2018 video. Today we're driving something that I was really excited for when I first saw it come up. This is Backdated Trainsim's Wimbledon to West Croydon line. It's been one that that came really quickly. It was one of those routes that sort of you see it sort of advertised, and then within like a couple of weeks it was out. It's been very popular on my streams, and I thought actually I hadn't covered it as a video, and I really should do, because I really like what the guys at Backdated Trainsim do. I'm still yet to cover the Conwy Valley line. It's just really been a nightmare. My North Wales coastal was playing up big time, and I managed to get it sorted now, which is a big help. But this route works straight out of the box and is an absolute dream. So it's available from Backdated Trainsim's website. I'm pretty sure it's linked in my description below. If not, I will make sure it is. This scenario is supposed to be 50 minutes long. It's a round trip. We won't be doing the round trip. We will just be doing one way, because I want you guys to explore the scenario yourself, really. And it's there and back, so you'll have seen the route. It's more going to be we're going to Wimbledon. It's going to be more of a sort of route, more of a route showcase, I suppose, more than a scenario showcase. I have other scenarios for this already, so I'll do those ones there and back. This one is more looking at the route, and all I can say so far is that I am incredibly impressed with it. The level of detail that is coming out of most freeware producers at the minute is unbelievable, as we already know. Backdated Trainsim are well known for their incredibly detailed routes. They're not always the longest in the world, but that really doesn't bother me, because they are incredibly detailed for what they are. This route has a really run down, abandoned feel, and it's just something a bit different. We talk about things being very clinical within Train Simulator and not having much life and not feeling very lived in, especially in Train Sim World. And you know, it's amazing what a little bit of graffiti can do, is all I can say. Now, I know there's the big thing of, oh, graffiti is the worst thing in the world in the railways, and I've seen people say some horrendous things about graffiti artists in the railway. That isn't the aim of this video. Whether you like graffiti or not isn't the purpose of this video. For me, this video is about showing off the route, and part of that is the graffiti. So it's kind of part and parcel of it. But this isn't a debate, and I don't particularly want a debate about it in the comments. We all have very different views on graffiti. But as a route that's meant to represent real life, this seems to bag it. So, this is the Wimbledon to West Croydon line is a short suburban electrified branch line in South London which closed in 1997. The route has 7 stations and depicts the period in the first half of 1997 when the line was closed and incorporated into the London tramlink. Croydon tramlink, sorry. Requirements-wise, what you're looking at is the DTG Portsmouth Direct Extended, so that's Portsmouth to London Waterloo. DTG South London Network, DTG's London Transport Heritage add-on, AP Wagons 456 by Armstrong Powerhouse, and for the scenario, the last day, you'll need the DTG 421 4SIG pack from Steam and the 4558 livery pack by Allen Worlds. So the requirements list is short. I know lots of you opted against the London Transport Heritage add-on. I suggest you don't. The reason for that is that the assets that it comes with are pretty spectacular. Now, one thing I will add while I'm driving this is that in this stream, when I've driven this route 4 or 5 times, I think, I have fudged up every station stop. So I'm going to try really hard to get them right. I'm not going to get all of them right at all. It is going to go wrong. I can pretty much guarantee it. I'm not brilliant with a 456. I think it has got very similar brakes to the 321, and it takes me a little while to get used to the braking characteristics of it. Every time I don't drive for a while, I am stuffed. You know that from my Suburban Glasgow videos already. And the route is very much a slow route. It is not a fast route in any way, shape or form. The maximum speed along the line I think is 60 miles an hour, and there's very few places where you're actually going to get up to 60 and be able to stop in time if you're as bad a train driver as I am. What I really liked that Backdated Trainsim did with this was that they put up the screenshots with the reference pictures that they used for it, which I think was a really good idea, because you really could see how derelict and run down and rough the route really was. I don't need to worry too much about being at stop markers and stuff, because we are only a 2-car unit. Some of these platforms are quite short, but we'll fit in anyway, so it's not absolutely perfect. So this is one marsh, and it's just, do you know, the little details that are put in are just fantastic, and the way the graffiti is just used, even on like the danger boards and everything like that, is really nice. I like the fact it's a 456. It's an ugly train for an ugly route, but beautiful, both beautiful in their own rights. You really sort of feel the unkeptness of it. I keep saying run down, but that's really the best way to put it. I think Backdated really nailed that when they did the Backdated North London line as well, with Broad Street and everything like that. There's not many people out there that do it. People like things to look perfect and crisp and nice. And this is sort of quite a contrast between the 2D trees of the London and Midland route and the 3D trees. See, I think the 3D trees work on a route that's this short. I still feel that they're not as realistic looking as the 2D trees. Again, it's personal opinion. And this has got a mix of both, if I'm correct. I love the graffiti as well. I think it's the graffiti from the South London network. It's a texture, is what I've been told, which I think is really good. I like the clag and everything on it, because it says clag. And it's not rude. There's no rude graffiti. So why do I recommend the London Heritage Pack as well? Yeah, like I said, it is assets, NSE assets for that matter. So Network South East assets, there are loads included, and they're very, very nice. I don't really ever drive the route. It was Forum Peninsula was the route it was modified from, and I think that was part of a competition. Originally, and then DTG sort of released it as the London Transport Heritage Pack with a lot of NSE assets that are just were missing beforehand, really. And I've not done the Croydon tram link. I really should do it. I've watched a couple of the Londonists videos on it. I would like to give it a go. And you can see here at Mitchum Junction, this station is slightly better kept. I don't know if that's because this was manned or what. It's a slightly bigger station, isn't it? So it might have been. Really nice. Oh, forgot we were still in the 15 limit there. Did that sort of read-through thing where I saw the 30 and went, yay, bit of power. And I think this is part of the challenge of this route. It's one of those routes that I think people that like to drive HUDless will learn really, really quickly and will master. And it will probably feel incredibly satisfying to drive this route completely HUDless. And I think even for those that don't tend to drive HUDless but would like to learn, I think this route has a lot of potential for that. In fact, so much so that it's the one I'm probably going to try with. Not that I think I'll ever manage it, really. This is the scenario that comes with the route as well. There is only one scenario that comes with it, but I know there are lots of people working on other ones. Some people have taken fictional routes and fictional ideas, like it was never closed by BR, never went to Croydon Tramlink, and all that jazz. So there's lots of stuff to come for this, I reckon. I've done one scenario in a 171 already in this. And the story behind that was that Southern ended up taking over, but of course they've got no two-car units. So the only thing they could use, two-car electric units, the only thing they could use was the 171s. I'm stopping just ahead of this stopboard on purpose, by the way, because I want all that grime in the background in this screen. Oh no, I should have come a bit closer actually, I reckon. Just roll the train forward a little bit. So the 456 were driving this electrical multiple unit. Passenger train introduced by Network South East on inner suburban services in South London to replace the elderly 416s. So that was the EPBs. 24 of the two-car units were built by Brell in York between 1990 and 1991. So you can tell that in their lineage, can't you? Because they look very much like a 321. Following the privatisation of British Rail, the fleet was sold to Porterbrook and operated by Southern up until late 2013, when they were transferred to South West Trains and heavily refurbished. Trains are now used by New South Western franchise holder South Western Railway and are scheduled to be replaced by new Bombardier Adventure units, which I don't really hold a soft spot for the 456s, if I'm honest. They don't do masses for me. I think they are ugly as sin. But they still are something created by Brell, which you have to sort of give a little bit. So the 456s entered service on 30 September 1991 with some shortage of service delays caused by minor defects. Don't know what they were. The trains were planned to be driver-only operated without the presence of a guard, so the driver had to have a clear view of the platform. However, it was discovered that the cab window was too small for the driver to see the CCTV feed screen situated on the driver's seat. Was situated on the platform. The driver's seat was modified to slide sideways. So there you go. No excuse for stopping short there, apart from me reading. Accidents incidents-wise, the 15th of August 2017, 456 was damaged in a collision with an engineer's train at Waterloo Station. There you go. There was a wiring error in the signalling, which meant that a set of points not correctly set was not detected. This was introduced as part of a testing of the temporary changes to signalling during major works programme at Waterloo. This allowed the signalling logic to detect that a set of points was correctly set, when in reality the points were midway between either correct position. A false proceed signal was shown to the driver when it should not have been possible. So liveries, what have these worn? Network South East Conics, which are in now. Southern, and now their post-refurb ones are in the South West Trains and the modified South West Trains livery. The night unit, I tend to... I don't see much love or much hate for them, really. They're just sort of... I think people understand they're pretty damn ugly, but... Why are you coming up? At Wimbledon, you'll open the door and proceed to change ends. No, I won't, because I will be finished at Wimbledon. So you see, it's quite short. There's a few little bits of floating grass going on and stuff around here, which is slightly irritating. But Backdated Trainsim are pretty good at bug fixing, so I'm sure that'll be sorted. Was that bus nearly gonna get that bus, was I? Never really think of level crossings in London. I always think of bridges and arches and all that sort of thing. I'm sure there is level crossings still kicking about in London. Where, if you know where they are, let me know in the comments. If you know where some of the level crossings still kicking about in London are. And I mean Greater London, I don't just mean... Central London as such. Well, there's lots down sort of Surrey way and all of that sort of thing, but... And this, of course, is Wimbledon. Alrighty then, let's get out and have a quick look at what's going on around. Oh, nice. Bit of slammer action. Four 5.5s. Better open my doors, really better now. Shut down my cab actually. So, I hope you've enjoyed that, guys. I definitely have enjoyed driving this route. I've enjoyed driving this route an awful lot recently. This and the new London and the Midlands route have been up there in my top requested and top driven in the stream. So I'm glad I'm able to show this off to you. Do expect more scenarios coming for this. They will be here quite soon as well. So there'll be a little bit more to cover with this. Something a little bit more variety than just a there and back. There's little bits and pieces. I think one's even a Sandite scenario, which is lovely. We'll let the 4.55, we'll watch that go out. So then guys, thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to like, share and subscribe if you haven't already, of course. And if you have subscribed and you haven't clicked that little notification bell, please do click that. It does mean a lot to me as well. It means you'll get my videos straight away as they come out. Heading over to Twitch on a Sunday from 7 PM and a Wednesday from 7 PM. And Facebook group for any tech support queries and to keep up to date what's happening video wise, stream wise, new releases, new little packs and things like that. So once again guys, thanks ever so much and I'll catch you later.